I'd like to thank the Clairton School District, our superintendent, our principal, our AD, all the teachers within the school this year. We started out a little slow, and with their help and their support, we were able to turn around, get it on track. So all of those folks back at Clairton, we truly appreciate them this year, because without them, our season started out slow and it didn't look good to start. So, I really appreciate those folks. This game, it's always great to be back. It's always great to be here. It's one of our goals every year that we set to come down to Heinz Field. We joke about it all the time, like this is second home to us, but it really is. It's been that way for the last 12, 15 years, and these kids have worked extremely hard to get back this year. So my hat's off to my team this year, my coaching staff, great coaching staff. We made some changes within our coaching staff this year. We changed our offensive coordinator, we changed our offense and defensive line coach, and those guys were great this year, installing what they wanted to do offensively and defensively. So my hat's off to everybody in the organization, because it's just not me. I know I'm in charge of it, and I'm the leader here, but great season this year, and we still have work to do. So,
how important was that first drive?
First drive was extremely important, and I didn't think that they were going to kick off to us when they won the toss. I thought with the style of offense that they have, that they would have wanted to receive the ball and try to take it in first. But that was huge. I mean, that was the momentum that we needed to get out on the field and defensively get after it.
And talk about what it's like to have the game back here at Heinz Field, the experience. This is questions for anybody, like the experience.
Well, for us, some of the coaches, we've experienced this for a while now. These kids, the last 2 years, haven't. So they were hungry coming into the year, because the last 2 years we fell short in the semifinal game. So the experience, I guess we have some playing playoff football, but not championship football.
Coach, you were facing Wilson, who's a great quarterback, but you also got a pretty good one yourself. Just give me a little bit on the chemistry that this guy has with Kenlein and the other receivers, and how you see him develop this year.
Well, Brendan's been a 3-year starter for us, and we've changed offensive coordinators a few times. So again, starting off the season, it started out a little slow for us. We had to get accustomed to a new offense, but he took to it well. And we have a lot of options on offense, a lot of weapons on offense. So you don't see the big numbers, because we're running the ball a lot. Or I think he's our leading rusher on the team. So those big numbers of 2,500, 3,000 passing, I mean, he's one of those kids that can do that. But with all the talent we have to share the ball and pass it around and run as well.
Brendan, talk about the connection you have with Mr. Ogletree.
It's amazing. Me and him, we came up from Little League together, and then we had a good connection in Little League when we came to high school. It just never stopped.
Do you trust him that you can throw any ball and he's going to make a catch? I mean, I think he displayed that with the interception they didn't get in the fourth quarter.
I trust that he's going to, every time we throw the ball, I think he's going to get coming out with the ball.
Kenlein, how about your thoughts about Brendan throwing the ball to?
Honestly, if you could just get it in the air, I think I'll come down. I know I'll come down with the ball. To me or nobody. That's all I'm asking.
And you have to know Kenlein. Kenlein thinks every play should go through him. Every ball should be thrown to him. If you watch him out in the field, when the play's not coming to him, he's upset, because he feels like every time we throw the ball to him, he will catch it. So he should get every ball.
Coach, what was it like getting to watch your son catch a touchdown game?
That was big. It was a proud moment as a dad. But he's a part of the team, so I can't show those emotions out there. Because I have to coach, and knowing that's my son, proud moment for me, for him, proud moment for him to be able to play with us this year and become eligible. That was big. That was huge.
When Sto-Rox did make some noise, he scored a couple touchdowns. You guys responded. How big was that? I mean, immediately you responded.
I think kind of our adversity in the year prepared us for that. You know, losing those first 2 games and then having some adversity against Greensburg and then getting on track prepared us for those type of moments in the games. Like, you know, I think the first series of the game, Laurel scored on us. Someone else first series of the game, they scored on us. So going through the season, that kind of prepared us for those moments to say, okay, guys, we just got to go back on the field and execute.
Coach, your son's defensive work isn't going to show up on a lot of stat sheets, but him and Kenlein, put in a lot of work. Can you speak to the pass defense and the interceptions you guys got and everything?
I think we held them to maybe 140 yards until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They made a couple big plays. So our pass defense played well today. We played a lot of nickel and dime coverage. Those guys had safeties over the top, so they were able to press up and get after guys, and they did well.
Yeah, Kenlein, same question. You seem to be in the right spot most of the time from that safety position. Is that what you guys wanted to do against that pass offense?
Yes, that's what we always want to do. With our defense, that's what we always want to do.
Kenlein, you made a lot of big plays today. Which one stands out the most to you?
Interception that they didn't give me.
You were down. You were in.
Oh my God, I like to cry, man.
Did
you watch them?
Yes.
Talk about the interception. One of your teammates kind of battled the guy for the ball, but you came along and said it's mine and it's all green grass.
Now you have to know Dontae, because that's him. Like, he'll give you one-word answers. His emotions never really go up or down. That's him. That's it. Yeah.
Talk about once you got it, what the thoughts of getting
My
it.
eyes lit up. I got the ball and I just started running.
He's always sure to answer.
Anytime you're facing a quarterback like Wilson, one of the biggest things is you want to make him uncomfortable. When he admitted he had a little bit of happy feet, he was getting a little antsy. Just talk about the play, your defensive line, and the pressure they were able to put on today.
Well, we really only used 4 or 5 guys to try to pressure him, but we gave them a different look, showing like we were going to come with 5 or 6 every time. Because if you don't, when you just play pass coverage, you only use 3 or 4, then they kind of protect for him. So that was the game plan, and it worked out for us. We came up, we showed blitz a lot, and those guys weren't able to double team our guys, and we were able to get pressure.
For Wayne the third, you go back a couple weeks ago, you weren't sure if you were going to even be playing today in the playoffs. Can you explain the emotions of being in this game and the process you've kind of gone through in the last month?
I was very excited for today. I'm glad that they deemed me eligible, and I'm glad I played.
The emotions were there. After our last home game, he had tears. I didn't understand why he was crying at the time. We had just won, but he felt like that was his last game. So the emotions were there. His teammates knew the reason he was crying. So, he felt some of that, and knowing that he may not be eligible for the playoffs, but, it worked out, and, the rest of it is history.
For anyone here, Coach touched on it. It's been a couple of years since you guys brought this trophy home. You were pups last time we did. What's it mean to be able to bring this trophy back home to Clairton?
It feels really, really good. Sometimes we don't like to lose down here, so bringing back another one really be great.
And how important was the experience and tradition? Because they had a lot of problems early, and admittedly they said that it was just because of the atmosphere they weren't used to playing here, being in that situation. How important was it for you guys to have been here and done that?
I think for the program overall, with these kids and the expectation of coming down here, during the week or during the year, we take each week, each year the same way. We have the same goals. So those expectations and everything for the team, like to be in Heinz Field and play in Heinz Field, I said it before we went out. It's just another stadium. Field's 100 yards. Let's go play some football.